And we're live! Welcome to the MailleWerX Chainmail Livestream. My name's Sean. I run MailleWerX.com, where you can find all your chainmail apparel and accessory needs. How are you tonight? Let's see here. Got stuff pretty much set up, ready to go. Let's get this Finnegans Wake flag unfurled. It's... Hi, babe. How you doing? Brown chicken, brown cow. Alright. This is where we left off. This is where we left off last night. Like, one of these is supposed to come over here and come down through the N. So I think I need to switch these over. And then I don't know. Does it matter? I don't know. Like, no one's gonna look at it and go, oh, you missed that one. You know? Let's see, let me look at it real quick. I could walk it over another row and then make it go down this way. Clean it up down here. I don't want to spend too much time on that. I spent enough time on it already. Here's a good place to start for tonight, anyway. I might need some yellow rings. Okay. How is everyone doing this evening? How was your day? What have you been up to? I went to my VA appointments this morning. Up to this point, I have what I would consider ancillary issues being addressed. Just stuff that continues to this day that I filed for, that, you know, I can legitimately claim and should claim. But if I had to live with those things for the rest of my life, okay, you know, life's not over. I am irritated at the fact that the 2 slit discs in my neck, I'm not being seen for that at all. I did file a claim for it, but there was no evaluation of that whatsoever so far. And I don't think there's going to be. I think I'm going to have to refile specifically for that issue. That's my biggest concern. Or that is my biggest issue. But I've got a chronic wrist injury, asthma, and a couple other things they looked at. That all that's done pretty much. So making progress on that front, which is nice. Hey Peg, how you doing? I am just glad to be in the system. Once I get all this stuff done, I will be able to get a primary doctor from the VA that can address my medical concerns moving forward. And considering that I don't have insurance, that's a good thing. So we'll see how that goes. Playing with scales tonight? Nice. Are those the new scales you got from Rick? Come on. Oh, I need to switch this one out too. Yeah, there's the rest of the day I was spent doing design work and figuring out how to host images from Amazon. Turns out that's a giant pain in the ass, but I got it figured out with some help from Amazon. And I'm almost done. I'm almost happy with the design of the app that I've been working on. Couple things here and there I need to clean up, and then I will go back through and revisit the functionality, and I hope to get all that done in the next 4 days. You're bouncing about ideas on how to use them before you scratch them all up. Ugh, yeah. I understand that. So the roadblocks to completion are getting smaller. And I've been kind of, what do you call it? Kind of piddling around with this application I've been working on for a long time. I didn't have the time to dedicate it to finish it. So I thought I was close, and then I went to go look at everything, and I was like, yeah, no, I need to improve this, you know, the list of stuff that needed to get done just shot through the roof. So it's been nice to have time to dedicate to that. So Peg, do you have any ideas of what you're going to make with them? I still have all those scales. I haven't thrown them in the tumbler yet to get the rust off of them, because when I work with them, I'd rather not get tetanus, you know, preferably. But if I do, you know, it's fine. Come on. Lego my ego. And then so you've got to go through and add, well, separate back out the suppliers from the tutorials, from the artisans, from the tool section, right? But that's not gonna affect the functionality. Trying to modify the duck wing build to be a circle instead of a wing, so you can have a 6-pointed flower with a crystal in the center. Nice. So, and then to get that all that separated out and have the design work done, that's pretty much it. Like I said, the roadblocks are smaller and I'm overcoming them more quickly, so and it's all stuff I didn't know and I had to go learn and implement. As a general rule of thumb, you suck at capturing crystal, so there are multiple 4-letter words flying about tonight. Nice. Keeping it classy, I see. I've had a few sessions of 4-letter words today. One was while I was waiting on Amazon support to get back to me about how to use their system. And once they did, I was like, oh, yeah, okay, that's obvious. Duh. And then once all that's said and done, I've got, let's see here. I've got 2 months. Oh, you know what? My big light's not on. Two months of bills. That I don't have to worry about anything until then. Till the end of May, right? And hopefully by then I'll have my unemployment, I will have my VA disability coming in. But I'm not counting my chickens before they hatch, and so as of right now, my timeline is 2 months to get everything up and running smoothly as far as MailleWerX and the app are concerned, as far as the stream and the interviews are concerned. It's an interesting sort of anxiety. I have a friend who wholeheartedly believes that if you open yourself up to receive money from the universe will give you money. It's a little bit more complex than that, but that is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying not to worry about money and think that, you know what, the funds to fund my life will come from somewhere. long as I keep plugging away at this, you know, it should work out. And it's, hang on. It's been interesting not being employed. There is certain freedoms that come with it, but I try to keep myself to a dedicated schedule as much as possible. You know, I'm at work by 9 in the morning after I drop off my kid, and I get down here. I might take a lunch during the day, but other than that, I am working. So that's a habit I have tried to develop. And it works. I haven't missed a day of work yet. My boss is pretty cool. He lets me take an hour lunch and a nap if I need to. I've just got 2 months to turn some kind of profit. So we'll see how that goes. I've always wanted to work for myself for the last, not always, but for the last number of years. So I'm very excited at the opportunity. Figure get a little bit more comfortable with design using design tools, and a lot of the roadblocks that I've been to have been software related issues, so So I will learn, and I will progress. And I'm hoping that, you know, this just becomes my new way of life. Come on. Let go, you bastard. I have, Alright, so what was it last night? Empty platitudes that we were talking about? I've got a new one that bugs the shit out of me. This one was fun. It's this taking a situation and like, I don't know, say the war in Ukraine. Okay? And then demeaning everyone else's problems around you because they're not in Ukraine. Right? Someone posted, children in Ukraine are going to school with their blood types on a patch, you know, in case an emergency happens and they need blood, right? And that's horrible, right? But it was school children in Ukraine are going to school with patches on them saying their blood type. Don't complain about gas prices. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Hold the phone. I'm not insensitive to the issue going on in Ukraine, but that doesn't negate the fact that people in the real world have everyday problems. This looks so good. Just a little sin. Thank you. How are you tonight? Hanging out over on Twitch. It's coming along. Well, we're just kind of cleaning up. I think I made this one row too big. So it comes in over here. We move that up and that up. That's a bit of a jump. Which is a bit of a jump, Peg? Like, are you... Am I wrong in thinking that you shouldn't demean everyone else's problems? Not too bad, just lurking while working? Nice. Gotta get some viewing time while you're on the clock. And maybe I'm reading it wrong. I don't think I am. But I keep seeing people. It's like there's a meme that goes around that, you know, Narcan is free. Why is my insulin $750? Right, indicating that the kids in Ukraine comparing to gas prices, apples to oranges. It is apples to oranges. It's another one of those emotional blackmail things. It 100% is an emotional blackmail thing. It's like in the current world that we live in, there are a ton of economic issues where people are living paycheck to paycheck, and I don't know their problems, and if their problems are big to them and unsurmountable to them, I'm not going to sit there and be like, well, you don't have it as bad as these people over here, so you really are, you're just, you know, you're too much. You shouldn't complain at all, you know? It's like, oh. Anyway. No, I just put that one in. What am I doing? I want to take that row out. It's, you know, it's, I don't know what it is. Or why people are motivated to do that. Oh, you had a bad day at work? Well, someone I don't know in a place that I've never been, you know? And here's the completely tone-deaf thing that bothers me the most about it. The United States has looked away while there's been a genocide in Yemen by Saudi Arabia for the last several years, right? Either I go take a shower or start throwing things at Crystal's not cooperating. That's funny. I'm sorry it's not working for you. I do empathize with your situation. I too am not good at captures. The only one I've ever done was a kit from Steve. Anyway, so yeah, there's been a literal extermination of the people of Yemen for the past several years by Saudi Arabia. And no one's said a peep about it. You don't hear it on the media. You don't see people clutching their pearls and virtue signaling over it. Or I read a good term the other day, victimhood grifting, right? And I thought that was just an excellent verbiage that captured what was going on. It's like, I get it. There's bad things that happen in the world, but there is literally nothing that I can do in my awesome power as a guy who streams Chainmail on the internet late at night to stop it. And while I can not condone such things, I'm not going to sit there and tell people that they don't have problems because they're not over there, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. How do I want to do this? Might end up taking that all apart. I really screwed the pooch by missing where this was supposed to go. So I should put a banner that goes slowly across the bottom of the stream, like right down here. Just says no victimhood grifters allowed. Anyway, I just, I just want to know what goes through the mindset. I guess they're not thinking, right? They're reacting. And in a way, I kind of feel bad. So my life is pretty good. It's better than a lot of people's. I still have problems. What did I do? This is getting all convoluted. I made a mess by screwing up that ring placement, or that row placement. Now I'm paying for it. This is taking 3 times longer. It needs to be 5 times bigger. There we go. I also have to put it in the right rings. That might help if I knew what I was doing. Alright, I have been so busy, I don't even know what the situation is over there, right? Aside from, I didn't even get snippets on social media today because I was engrossed in getting things cleaned up and for the app, knocking out all of that stuff, right? Oh, my leg is numb. But I do, as far as I understand, they have a talk on Wednesday. And then the Federal Reserve has a little chat on Wednesday, too. So I'm not particularly looking forward to that. Usually when they do that, the market goes crazy. And I would really appreciate some market stability right about now. Okay, so fine. And then we'll go. But I mentioned that because I think we're at the point where they're going to start openly talking about recession. I don't think we're in a recession yet. I think that we're gonna get there here in the next, I don't know, 3 to 6 months, I would imagine. And I don't say that to scare people or to fearmonger. It's just what I'm seeing. My minimal knowledge on economics, right? Oh, okay. So I didn't tell you guys. For the people I stumble across who involve themselves in emotional blackmail and engage in victimhood grifting, I immediately snooze them for 30 days. And I figured they'll pop up whenever they've got a new thing to try and make people feel guilty for. But there's another group of people who I immediately snooze. Actually, I block these people. Okay? There's this Reagan-esque concept that people always mention when in regards to economic principles called trickle-down economics. Okay? So whenever I see someone saying something like, oh, I guess the trickle-down economics didn't work, did it? You know? Okay? That was a propaganda verbiage designed to sell a bad government policy, right? There are schools of economic thought. You have Keynesianism, modern monetary theory, Chicago School, Austrian School. Those are the four most prominent that I'm aware of. And these are schools of economic thought that people dedicate time and energy into predicting what goes around in the economy. The two best ones that are far more accurate than anyone else are Chicago and Austrian schools of economics. And then the two worst ones that, of course, everyone uses is Keynesianism and modern monetary theory. Anyway, there's no such thing as trickle-down economics. It's not an economic concept, right? It's propaganda. And I can't. It's been, when was Reagan president? The 80s? Okay, it's been 40 years. No president since I don't even think they've mentioned trickle-down economics. It's not a theory. Anyway. Should have just titled this episode, Things That Aggravate the Shit Out of Me Online, Part 1. Well, I guess Part 2. Just know that if you say seriously, trickle-down economics didn't help anyone, I'm going to go, yeah, of course it didn't, because it's not, it's not what you're trying to convey it as. It's political hackery. This kind of needs to be black. I need a black ring there for starters. Actually, I changed my mind. I want a yellow ring there. Yeah, so it's not people's fault that they don't know that trickle-down economics is not a school of economic thought, right? Like, it's not a thing. It'll just trickle down from the rich people to the poor. That's not how it works. And any economist worth their salt probably could have said that when that piece of propaganda came out. But nowadays, with the internet, there's no, I don't know. There's plenty of ways to make up for the fact that most people aren't taught about schools of economic thought in schools, because they definitely don't teach that. I got a basic course in economics in high school, and then another basic economics course in college. And here's the thing. Economics can be a fascinating subject. It's actually really interesting. But none of my teachers that I took economics classes from, I mean, they were entertaining individuals themselves, but the material that they taught was fairly dull, right? And they didn't present it in a good enough light for me to take interest in it. And so it took me several years of online learning online autodidactic behavior, let's call it that, to even learn about these things. So I can't blame people for not knowing, but you know. What am I doing? I don't even know. This little section is getting more and more frustrating. Anyway. So, yeah, economic recession. Not the most fun thing to experience, but it's not the end of the world. I see a lot of people, worried about, nuclear weapons, stuff like that. I don't have a crystal ball, but if I were a gambling man, I'd say that that's probably not going to be what happens. And that most things will smooth out over the course of the next 6 to 8 months. And it's not going to be fun. But it is a consequence of the last 14 years of monetary policy. And that was initiated by the last 2 years. Gone archaic today. Hand sawing rings last 11 hours. Still more to cut. How goes inlay tonight? End of yellow in sight? No. Especially not this part. This part's pissing me off. I'll get there. How are you, John? 11 hours of saw cutting. Is that... Yeah, that's by hand. Of course it's by hand. Why wouldn't it be by hand? I feel for your body. Just thinking about that brings me pain. That needs to be a black ring. Because of course it does. Even if your jig was working, you can't cut a 1/4 inch stock? No. Well, is that can't cut 1/4 inch stock ever? I have faith in you. So trying to find other things to do while I wait for new blades to arrive, otherwise you will keep hand clipping rings. Yeah. Oh. The blade adjuster does not let you expose that much blade. It currently tops at 12 gauge. There. All that work for this little section. But, you know, I mean, if you're trying to redo something and make it right, you don't want to jack it up more than it already is. So, it's worth it. We can only cut 12 gauge rings. What is the mathematical difference between 12 gauge rings and 1/4 inch rings? Okay, let's see here. I have no idea. I'm going to guess it's about, what is a 1/4 inch? About double the width of a 12 gauge wire. .109 versus .250. .109 is 12 gauge wire, so two of those is .2, .21. So it's almost 2.5 12 gauge wires. Definitely some. That's a lot of space to have to make up for. Now, would it be easier to make a separate ring cutting jig that goes from 12 gauge up to whatever you want, and then one for 12 gauge on down? Is that how you would set this up, or is it better to have one machine to rule them all? You need 109 rings per cube. I have some 12 gauge rings. I can't even begin to imagine opening and closing that many 12 gauge rings. Is that the math of a cube? Nine rings per cube. I know someone came up with a mathematical equation. The issue is more blade exposed, more chance of blade walk, and higher chance to break the disc. And why, when the machine is dialed in, folks tend to cut as much as they can before readjusting. Huh. Learn something new every day. For example, today I learned that John is much smarter than I am. It's a 3x3x3 cube, but it's not. 109 isn't divisible by 3. I'm not going to pretend to try and understand the mathematics that go into figuring out how many rings are in a jelly cube. I remember reading several people's thoughts on the subject and several different equations on it, and I said, this is for people smarter than me. And I'm just going to leave it alone. It's the connecting layers that toss the math off. The cube count of 3x3x3 is 109. I'm gonna take your word for it. I'm gonna believe you. Alright, so that's what we've been working on. That kind of looks like this, loops around here and comes across. Right, and then this comes down. It's right there. And what is this here? There's like another scroll that just kind of passes through. BD1980. You would like to see the bracelet? This bracelet? Let's see here. Where's my remote? How are you, BD? How's that? We are timing 3x3. It's a layer by ring orientation. Like some say, their cube is 5 layers. 5x5 would be called the 5x5x5, but would not be the equation to figure the ring count. Very nice. Good but wet. Rainy there for the past few days. That's no good. It's finally begun to brighten up here. I think we hit 70 today. John, I'm gonna trust your math on this one. I'm just gonna go ahead and believe you. I promise. That's too much to do that. Okay, we're gonna move back down here. Yes, the inlay is European 6-in-1. And I'm just gonna work down here, because we only got a few minutes left, trying to get some of these yellow rings in and gold rings out. Yep, European 6-in-1. I no longer recommend making inlays out of it, but people can do what they want. Up to this point, I have only made inlays out of E6-in-1, and after the last two, I have decided that I am not going to be doing that anymore. You need to find that math calculation for the jelly cube again. No idea what I'm at with your 10x10 bond, but we'll get more and more and more. Yeah. I got rings for a jelly cube, another one. So one day we'll make another jelly cube. Let you know when I do one. Make sure you have the rings so you can do one along with you. Oh, a jelly cube? Yeah. The rings I got are the bright aluminum rings from what is his oh, it's changereaction.ca. Up there in Canada. Have there been any welded jelly cubes yet? I don't believe so. That would be a first. There's two areas where people can make firsts in, you know, and be pretty sure that no one else has done what they're doing. And that's in welded rings and riveted rings. And if you're working in either of those and you make something, a riveted jelly cube or a welded jelly cube, that's... John, haven't seen one yourself? You've seen several stainless steel ones that could have been welded? I have never done anything welded or riveted, but that is going to change. I've got aside from this inlay, I've got a lot of work left to do before I start moving on to other chainmail projects. So it's going to be a while before I'm able to delve into anything else. Your muses must not hear this idea of riveted cube. I'm sorry, did someone mention a riveted cube? Did that just happen? I don't even want to think about how many different ring size attempts that would take to get it just right, you know? Someone posted a really just beautiful riveted cuff, the riveted rings on a leather cuff the other day. And if I was not currently unemployed, I would have picked that up. I think someone else snatched it up. So, but the person said there would be more, so maybe one day. But I hate that. Like, I'll never have the opportunity ever again. Right? I have the money right now to have gotten that cuff. And I said, oh, I'm making a wise decision by not buying it, right? And on the one hand, yeah, okay, I'm going to need that money here in the future because I don't have an income right now. But on the other hand, I'm not going to not have an income for forever, but that cuff is gone, right? So who knows? Maybe I will get a chance to pick that up, or whatever that person makes next, because it was gorgeous. So I'm sure a riveted jelly cube would very interesting to people. Mike made them. His work's pretty sweet. Copper roll patina, amazing. But cleaning is not going to work on it. Love them and been making stainless riveted rings to do since he saw his first last year. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. I've got 6 hours a day to dedicate to building out an income from my basement. And then once I have steady income, then it's game on and I can start. I will continue to finish up all these projects, but right now I work during the day. And so trying to get to a point where I only work a little bit. Once you can do these stainless ones, you can do titanium the same way. Nice. Then it's going to be real anodizing riveted titanium. There you go, dude. Anodized riveted titanium jelly cube. Be the first. Someone's gonna do it. That'd be badass. Hey Barb, how you doing? Oh, that's okay. Plenty of more streams coming in the future. Just popped in to say hi and good night. Oh, well, hello to you too, Barb. Thanks for stopping by. Get some good sleep. Enjoy your evening. Hope it's warming up there for you in Canada. Alright, I don't know what this music is, but when I just go on that noise track. My muses just want me to finish the things that I've started. They would appreciate that so that they can then get to work on other ideas. So I don't know, a little bit of progress every day gets a ton done. I can't deny that. 192 streams, and there's a bunch of projects, big and small, that were completed, so. I think we'll go to the end of this here real quick, and then that's like one of the last areas of gold. A couple more, but tomorrow, I don't have any appointments, so I will be wholly focused on getting the design of the app completed. I don't think it'll take me very long. Just a matter of getting it done. And so I should have some time to weave a little bit tomorrow. I might hop on stream and see what happens. We'll see how it goes. Once the design is finished, then I just take about 2 days to make sure everything's functional, and then that will be in keeping with my timeline that the app is ready to be published by Friday. So I'll be quite happy to have that project out of the way, and that just once the app is up, it's just maintenance after that, adding people as they come and go, sending out notifications when something awesome has happened. there is part of the app where people can sign in and talk to each other on the app. It's a dedicated space for chainmail artists. You can make comments on other people's posts and post pictures of your own and stuff like that. It's like a social wall. So I think that will... I think it'll be a nice thing for the chainmail community to have. Oh, and since y'all are here and you hang out with me most often, I will let you know when it's up first, and that way you can give me any feedback you think necessary. Don't hesitate to say what you feel, because I can't get better unless, you know, you're honest. If it's crap, let me know. I'm not going to take it completely back to the drawing board, but I'll take a look at improving certain things. I've done enough that it warrants taking a picture tonight. I didn't take a picture of the progress last night because I felt I had gotten so little done. It will be very nice to get all these yellow rings in and be able to move forward. All right, come on. So we started out with emotional blackmail, and we finished off with getting a lot of work done, actually. I feel like this is progress. That first part where that end was giving me problems. All right. Okay, I'm gonna hop off here, and when I do, I'm gonna immediately order some black rings, because one, I'm almost out, and we're clearly gonna need more rings for this. But two, also because I've been meaning to order them all week, right? And I realize that it's just Monday, but I mean, by all week, I mean like all of last week. So that's my goal. Get these rings ordered, because I'm gonna need them. I am allowed to order rings for projects that I'm working on. I'm not supposed to be ordering rings for projects that I want to start. Alright. Let's have a quick look-see here. Oh, that's the backside. Okay. Got a little work done down here. I might have to adjust that a little bit. And then just finish this out right there. This is like, is it right there? I need to adjust this. So it's supposed to go like this, right? But it doesn't. It goes right? And this needs to go here. Anyway, I will stop in a while and take a moment to focus on this, but as for tonight, guys, it's looking good. Thank you. Okay. Get this all wrapped up. Alrighty, guys. Like I said, I'm gonna hop off here and go order some rings. In the meantime, you guys all have a lovely evening. Get some good sleep. I look forward to seeing your bright, shining faces here tomorrow. Thank you for hanging out. I do appreciate all your comments and engagement and just hanging out with me as I get through all this stuff. Alright, you guys have... Don't forget to check out MailleWerX.com for all your chainmail themed apparel and accessories, and I will see you guys later. You guys all have a wonderful evening. Bye.